Welcome to Pure Podcast. I am here today with a really awesome guest, Aaron Holder from Miami. Thank you so much for coming on Pure Podcast today.
Thank you for having me.
It's such an honor to have you here.
It's a pleasure.
Thank you.
I just want to point out that I might have been born in Miami,
but
I'm from Judea and Samaria. We all are.
Yeah, we are.
Specifically, I'm from the tribe of Levi, so I don't have land in particular.
Okay.
When I say where I'm from, is the Holy Land.
We really all are. And it's funny because as Jews, we often associate ourselves to the place that we're born or we went to school, but really, truly, our hearts and our souls are back in Eretz Yisrael. When's the last time you were in Israel?
About 2 months ago. I had a few shows, I was doing some recordings and just hanging out with friends and sort of just recharging.
I haven't been to Israel in about 10 years or so, and I am I'm missing it. I really need to go back.
Wow.
Yeah, it's been too long.
It's way too long. I think you might be too comfortable here.
I'm a little too comfortable.
Are you going to go to Israel?
When am I going to go to Israel?
Now that I got you on the spot.
I know. We were actually going to try to go this summer, but...
You need to go in September.
Okay, fine. Why
Just
September?
Get it done.
Just do it?
Just get it done.
Okay.
Go.
Okay.
Return.
I will. I return home. I need to go to Tzfat.
Do it. Go. Wherever you go is exactly where you're supposed to be, actually. But, do some hishtaglut and go.
Go visit some dead people. I got to visit the Arizal. I got to visit some,
You could also visit some living people, but...
Got to do a tour of
Just
both.
get there and then let Hashem take care of the rest.
I'm going to leave it up to Hashem. Hashem, I want to go to Israel, so send me there. Well, thank you, Aaron Holder, to remind me to go to Israel. We know you as the musician, as this cool guy who's out there, who does amazing music and so meaningful and soulful. What was that initial spark, that moment that you remember music lighting you up? Was it a Negun? Was it a concert? Some alone time with your guitar? What started Aaron Holder on his path?
Wow. So I don't ever remember being cool. However, where the music started, there's two very important moments that I remember. And the first one when I was in Israel, my first year abroad, and I had a roommate who was extremely talented in songwriting. And I was like, this guy needs to be heard by the world. At the time, I wasn't writing songs at all. I knew I could sing, but I never really pursued that. And so I started by managing him, and one day I was just sitting in the apartment, holding a guitar, and I was like, I want to be able to just touch this and make music come out. And so I started learning the guitar in my dorm room, shwaya, shwaya, slowly, slowly. And I caught on quick, but it wasn't until my best friend, Eliyahu Chaim Kramer, Olav Shalom, he passed away 2 years after that. When I came back to America, he had cancer, and we were both 18, and he was really my only, one of my closest friends at the time. Growing up, I was bullied in school, and so that was a tremendous moment. But how does that relate to the music? That was the first time I wrote a song. I didn't know how to process what was going on, that loss. And so I decided, since I have this guitar, and it was sort of something that brought me comfort, I wrote a song. And at the time, I wasn't a songwriter or anything. I didn't even have the courage. I wrote it for the Shloshim. It's the 30 days after the mourning. And I didn't have the, to share that publicly, but I ended up sharing it with the family. And I think that was a moment, because I had a deep moment of reflection of what am I going to do with my life? I'm got to figure out going to college, figure out what I'm going to do. And I wanted to know, what should I pursue? And I remember during this process, I don't know if it was I was hearing a sikha of the Rebbe or just someone shared it with me, but there was something that stuck out where he said that if you're given a gift find that gift that you're given and utilize it to its fullest potential and share it with the world. So I knew that I could sing. I did not think that I could sing enough to like sing for other people, maybe like friends and family.
Yeah.
But I knew that I was given this somewhat of a gift, even though it wasn't something at a level that I see as professional. So I decided to nurture it and work at it and develop it.
And do you still remember that song?
I don't really want to go there because then I'm just going to get all
emotional. This is the place. We're only going to be seeing this by tens of thousands of people.
Something
still in
that's
your heart.
in my archives, and it was something that I shared with the family, and that's what needed to happen.
Do you think it's ever something that one day you'd feel like sharing with the world when the time is right?
I don't know. Again, it was the first song I wrote, and my songwriting skills, when I started, I don't know if you ever heard Ed Sheeran share his, when he first started singing and doing music, wasn't that talented. So it was something that's in the vault for now, and unfortunately I've written more than one song for friends that have passed. And they're all unique and special, and were in their moments almost like I don't even think I wrote the song, really. Like, it's something that just came down.
It was just a download.
A download, yeah.
Right. And so this is what propelled you into your songwriting journey. And did you continue, or did you take a little bit of a break? How did you know that this was your path, that you wanted to share this light that you have with other people?
So I didn't know that, like, this is what I'm going to be doing. It's actually interesting. If I do the math, it was 18 years ago.
Wow.
And I'm 36 now, so 18, double chai. So I'd like to say that, like, this is a special year.
This is a very special year.
I also want to, like, really, Eliyahu Chaim, his memory should be a blessing. It was such a special neshama. I don't even remember your question right now.
Well, I think you answered it. It's so hard to go through these difficult times in your life. And just to share a little bit of my life, I went through a very abusive childhood. What kept me sane was music. I was a singer. I used to do songwriting. And that was like, you couldn't take that from me. I had a very abusive father. He would go into my room and take my things or abuse me in any way he could possibly imagine. But he couldn't take that from me. I mean, I had stacks and books of songs and poems that I would write, and I would share some of them with my teachers in school, and they'd be like, wow, this is so deep, I wonder where this is coming from. And I'm like, yeah, this is coming from a really, really dark place, but this is the light that I can shine into it. And I believe that the darkness stays dark when we keep it in that box. When we shine light on it, it can't be dark anymore. It still has that emotion and that feeling, and it brings you back. But it can't be dark anymore when you expose it to the light. It just dissolves and melts. I've seen through your music that you're very connected to the Baal Shem Tov. Is that correct? I mean, we just lit a candle for him. You chose to bring him here.
I mean, he's always here, but
yeah.
all the tzaddikim. Wow, Baal Shem Tov always reminds me to drink some water.
L'chaim.
He says that when you come across water, you should say that the Baal Shem says that water is some bracha. So, shout out to the Baal Shem.
Baal Shem, l'chaim.
Made the bracha before. We're all good. I just want to say that when we go through challenging times and we're faced with darkness, how do we get oil from an olive, right? It has to be pressed, has to go through a lot of pressure. How do we grow a tree from a seed? It has to decompose, and then all of its potential comes out. We don't always, please God, we shouldn't have to go through dark times to be able to bring out the light. But wherever there's darkness, there's light. And as the Rebbe said, just a little bit of light can dispel all of the darkness. With current events going on, We have a lot of people out there that are sharing their opinions and views about how to fight certain things. And I'm not on board with fighting anything negative. The best way to get rid of negativity, the best way to get rid of darkness is not by fighting the darkness.
No, you
it's
can't.
by bringing out the good, bringing out the light. So instead of focusing on the negative people or the negative things in life, instead we should be putting out more content of light.
Yes.
So
yes.
focus on the good. Focus on the good person which you wish to see controlling a certain region. Focus on the good information that you want to share with the world instead of focusing on combating. I'm not even going to say the word.
Yeah.
Because we all know what it is.
Exactly.
And the best way to overcome it is just by replacing it. It comes from Tanya, and just to be like a little, not to go deep into it.
Oh, no, we go deep. I'm all about Tanya, and yeah, keep going.
But it all comes down to thought, speech, and action. And when the thoughts are good, the speech is good, the actions are good. And that's the only thing that we need to focus on. Obviously, we can't just blind ourselves to the negative things out there, but when we're aware of them, we can then strategically combat them with positive influence and positive change.
I totally feel that, because there's a saying that always sticks with me, and I teach it to my kids: where focus goes, energy flows. So if you're deciding to fight fire with fire or darkness with darkness, you're not going to win. But like you said, thought, speech, and action. We have 3 avenues in which we can choose to stop that darkness at any point. You can stop before you even get to action. There's so many different ways that Hashem's given us. He's given us a tongue, teeth, ways that we can stop before it actually gets to a place where it's hard to pull it back.
I look at it like meditation and going to the gym.
Yeah.
You know, when you go to the gym for the first time, you can't just lift all the weights you see in front of you. You're going to be so sore the next day, you're not going to do it. When we start building muscle memory, it's easier to do the weights. So when we have negative thoughts that enter our minds, and I just want to put out there for everyone watching that the thoughts that you have do not define who you are. Because thoughts are flowing through time and space, and they enter us. You know, we have the opportunity to download them, but it's what we choose to actually process and claim as our own and focus on. Those then become our thoughts, which then become our speech, which then become our action. So if we start doing like this mental exercise, this meditation of mindfulness of what I'm thinking about. So let's say I'm putting on tefillin, right? We should all be putting on tefillin or lighting Shabbos candles. So if I'm doing either of these things, I want to make sure that my concentration is there. And there'll be moments where I'll think about the laundry, will pop into my head, but the trick is to be like catching that moment and just coming back to center, coming back to what I'm doing in that moment.
That reminds me of a teaching that the Rebbe said, and it was a beautiful teaching. Probably my favorite one is that when a thought comes to you, that's a negative thought or a depressing thought, imagine yourself I imagine myself sitting on a balcony. And he said, imagine it's like a ship going across the ocean, and just kind of watch it go through. Okay, oh, there's a negative thought. Oh, there's depression. And I'm not attaching myself to it. Oh, okay. My father was this, or I'm having trouble with money, or whatever it is. And okay, here it is. And just allow the thoughts to pass through without actually making them live rent-free in your head. Don't attach yourself to them. And that, for me, is one of the hardest things to internalize, but once you do, it's like everything clicks, because now your thoughts are not you. You are your good thoughts that affect other people. And through your good thoughts and your good deeds, beautiful creations come out. Like your music is so deep and powerful. You can tell that it's coming from a place of such inner serenity and depth and pain and understanding and connection with God.
This is why I'm always thinking of the Baal Shem Tov, because you know, everyone knows or I mean, not everyone, but if you know about the Baal Shem Tov, you know he has many stories.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, his stories go like this. There's a person that comes across a situation, and the person who is giving them the message is from Hashem, and the person receiving the message needs to be receiving the message. But the person who gave the message to that person, whether it was a negative experience or a positive experience, it has nothing to do with that person that gave that message. It's all about seeing the good and seeing that everything that happens, especially if it's from someone else that we can't control, is all coming from Hashem. And it's sometimes the hardest thing to take in because we want things to go our way. And a lot of times it doesn't go our way because we're not God. We don't know the big picture. So just always remembering that and knowing that when we judge someone, that's the biggest thing. Now I catch myself all the time because it's something that I'm always reminding myself, because there are moments where I slip and I might judge someone, but then I remember, oh my gosh, I don't want to judge this person, because if I judge this person, then I'm going to be judged. It's guaranteed to happen that you'll be put in a situation, and if you judge someone, that I don't care if it's a week later, 10 years later, you will be put in the same situation as that person, and you'll finally understand that maybe I shouldn't have judged that person. So instead of having to deal with the repercussions of that, I like to try to be careful and mindful. And that's why doing this mindfulness meditation and, trying to focus. I have ADHD. I can't focus on anything. But what I can focus on is replacing the negative with the positive. And it's something that's not easy. That's why I started this whole campaign with these Think Good stickers.
Yeah, I saw those. Those are great.
It came from this place of I was told I needed to make some type of merchandise, and I never understood this idea of wanting to buy something that wear someone's name or someone's face. It didn't do it for me. I was like, if I'm going to share something, I want it to be something important. And back to the Baal Shem Tov. Yeah, it was back to the Baal Shem Tov. He has this letter where he met with Mashiach, and he asked him, when are you going to come? And long story short, he said, when your teachings are known in the furthest places of the world. Mm-hmm. And he was devastated because he realized how long that's going to take. It's not going to be in his lifetime. But what are his teachings? Yeah. It's Chassidus. And so I was thinking, how could I sum his teachings into the least amount of words possible for some marketing, And it was think good. Obviously, Trachot design good, think good and it will be good, thought, speech, and action. If we can think good about everything in life, about anyone, about any situation, if somehow we were living in this twilight zone of it's obviously not reality, because the Yetzer does a great job. Kudos to him. He's doing his job. He's got one job and he's doing a great job. But the way to overcome that is with thinking good. And so that's where I don't even know what we were talking about.
I'll tell you, I feel this message is for me right now that you're telling me, this message is coming from Hashem through you, because I struggle with that in my daily life where I have big problems that take over everything, and I don't want to think good about anything about these problems. I look for positivity in other areas, but because I refuse to shine light on these dark areas that are painful, very dark and hard for me, it's hard to think good about those times and those dark moments because it feels safe. Most people feel safe to be I like this trauma. Not I like it, but I can't make it go away. How am I going to protect myself from it again? Or where's it going to go? What's going to replace it? But you said think good is the replacement. That is the key.
Whenever we're comfortable, we don't grow. And just being comfortable here, in this free, great country like America, it's easy to get sucked into the lifestyle of just comfort. Oh, yeah. And with everything in life, the lobster theory, everyone knows the lobster theory. And through pain, Shalom, Ozzy Osbourne just passed away, but there was something he said about this last tour that he went on, which was really powerful to me, was that he chose pain over numbness.
Wow.
And I can tell you that the think good thing, before I did this sticker, I also was I still struggle with it, but like I was very, very skeptical about everything. And so it was hard for me to always like see the good. And so I put Post-it notes all over my house of just like positive things.
Okay.
You are loved, think good, all whatever positive thing I can think of, I put it on a Post-it note, it was all over. It just became this mess. Because it was something that I needed to remind myself, and that's also like part of that sticker campaign of like just giving these out. It was just for myself as well.
That's beautiful. I really hope that those stickers, and it's like a sticker, but I really hope that like that changes some people's lives, because you never know the small actions. And the Baal Shem Tov needed us to spread all of this around the world in any way, shape, or form. So I think he would have been very proud of your sticker campaign.
So Hashem is proud, and I hope that we can live to, in our lifetime, see the day that the whole world can think good.
What do you think you've learned about God through your life? Is there something that's shaped you about the way you view God now, maybe different than you did 5-10 years ago?
It's a great question. I'm not really sure if I view God any differently. I view him as, the being of God, because God is not a man. God is everything. And I don't understand God. That's one of the biggest mysteries in life, is we'll never understand God until Mashiach is revealed, his consciousness. And I just know God is loving, even though he makes life, in our minds, in our idea of what is reality, painful and a struggle sometimes. A lot of people are going through a lot of loss, a lot of pain, and we don't know why. We don't know why the Holocaust happened. We don't know why slavery happened. We can think of logical reasons why these things happen, but we don't have a reason why God allowed these things to happen. And it's something that obviously is like the elephant in the room for a lot of people. But once I was able to just let God drive, and like before Tesla made auto driving, once I just was able to just not be so controlling about my life, and once I saw how much life is a blessing, just the fact that I'm waking up in the morning, the fact that I'm able to walk, or I'm able to talk, or I'm able to write music, all these things, like any form of life that I have in this world is a blessing. And it's like, when you see how great God is, the fact that he's thinking of like little old me, it wakes you up, like, okay, like you drive.
Yeah.
You know where we're going. I'm just gonna like sit back and, I'll try to direct as best I can, help you drive or whatever, but just, do good.
Well, that's pure Yira, right? Like, it's not like I'm scared of God, like having that awe. You really described like having that reverence. If you are so big and you still care about little old me, like that's a big deal.
Once I had that realization and I made that I don't know if it was like a change or whatever, just knowing that like God is in control of everything. I see so many miracles and so many blessings every day, and it's just like overwhelming. My friend Rudy told me I should just start writing down every day all these things like that happen, but they're so intricate.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, it's interesting. I was thinking about it, that beyond any therapist, beyond any best friend, or beyond any ChatGPT that we talk to, nobody can understand the blessings in our lives, the intricacies of everything and all the connections better than God.
That's true.
So like,
yeah,
it's kind of, it's a comfort, because it gets to a point where it's like, who can I share this with?
You have an audience to share this with.
No, but I'm saying like the things that are happening, it's for me, I was never like much of a documenter or, a writer.
Right.
And like, I'm not like sitting down, like trying to write songs. These are just moments where like, when I feel like I have an emotional response to something, and I go to the piano or I go to the guitar, and then like Hashem sends a download. It's like Baruch Hashem. Like if you heard what I used to like write and sing, to now, it's definitely with Hashem's help, because sometimes I don't even understand the things that I write until after, and I'm like, wow, that's actually genius.
Isn't that amazing? Yeah,
Thank you, Hashem.
As a a closet songwriter who's never sharing any of her stuff ever, I'll come back to something that I wrote even a month ago, and I'm like, whoa. I'm like, oh no, I get it. Wow, this is really cool. Poetry, anything like that, when you see like Hashem's hand in it, sometimes he just takes over and you're just like, okay. And then you come back and you're like, wow. And you're even saying like miracles in your life. You go through your life and then you're like, oh my God. 2-3 weeks ago, now I see how everything has come together. Like, wow. And in the moment, he doesn't always allow us to see it, because if he let us see his light and he was revealed in that way, we'd literally just be like, oh my God, you're absolutely amazing. And I can't do anything else except just be like in complete yira and like, oh my goodness. Like he allows us to be like through this veil so that we can continue going on our day. And then when it comes back, he's like, oh, hey, I just want to show you, like, I was there at that time. And then like, just letting you know, like, I never left you.
Yeah, always there.
Well, I feel that you're really connected to Source. You can tell.
Thank God.
Well, I have a final question for you, and I'm sad to like have a final question because I want to keep talking to you. You're so inspiring, and I'm just like, I want to laugh this all up. Some of the songs that you sing, they're really deep and they're really meaningful, and that's really why I'm like, dude, I need to have you on my podcast. Like, you're a pure soul.
We're all pure souls.
Yes, but there's some people who you feel connected to, and I really do through your music, and I know a lot of people, and I'm speaking for everybody who really connects. We really feel your soul and your mission and Hashem talking through you. It's not just music that you play in the background, like you feel it. Like I was driving here in the car with my husband and we were listening to your music and we were just like, this is soul music. It's different. It's beautiful. I know sometimes you do share Negunim and you've put some Negunim into some of your songs, which have been like crazy powerful. At your last concert, I was there and I was just like, wow, so good. But if you were to share one Negun with the world, one that everyone could have, everyone could listen to.
One.
I know you have to pick your favorite child here. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's like picking your favorite child.
And I like to know like why, like about who wrote it or what about it. Maybe.
Okay, so there's only two.
Fine. Okay, you can pick two. I'll let.
There's literally only two, and it started with Avinu Malkeinu, because like in the beginning I wasn't really sure of what Nigun is with who or what, but I just know that was something that was very, like, I waited every year. Yom Kippur was so powerful for me, and it really like made me cry. Like I felt it in my stomach, in my chest, and like it's just a Nigun that like always was special to me, and I don't know why. And then when I heard the Berdichever Negin, that became my favorite Negin. And I actually recently discovered, well, not discovered, but just like thinking about where does the Nigun for Avinu Malkeinu, where does it come from? Comes from the Alter Rebbe.
I didn't know that.
Well, he was the one that introduced it. I'm not sure where he got it from, but he introduced it. And what's interesting is that Reb Levi Yitzchak of Berdichev, they were both the disciples from the Baal Shem Tov and going down. They were both like buddies. Like,
Yeah, they were like bros.
And they come from the same era, the same.
Wow.
One is like the first Lubavitcher Rebbe. One is also a Starka Chassid. And if you think about the two, those two Negunim and the message in them, is like who it comes from. So Levi Yitzchak, he was known as like being the most compassionate man. He was known for being sort of like the defense attorney for the Jews, and which is almost like Moshe Rabbeinu. Like Moshe Rabbeinu was the biggest, So this whole idea of like v'ahavta re'echa kamocha, like love your fellow, like you love yourself, like he really encompassed like, so like when I hear that Nigun, it really like exemplifies that feeling of just being loved, right? And it's just, I don't know how to explain it, but like everyone loves that Negunim. It's like probably the best
It is
one
good.
out of all of them, and that's why it's used in so many songs. And it was kind of an accident that it went into Traveler, but nothing's an accident.
No, nothing. It's happy accidents.
But and then you have Avinu Malkeinu, which is like it's this devotion to God, Father our King, and it's nice that they both go together. For me,
Yeah.
I mean, for me, it's like those are my top two, the ones that really like get into my soul. Like I feel some type of connection to Avinu Malkeinu and the British Negunim. And I didn't even know until later, like more recently, that they had this connection.
That's really cool that they were around the same time. That's wild. I didn't even think about it. Would you want to like sing it for us, or no?
Well,
Okay.
it is the 3 weeks.
It is, but we could do acoustic. If you feel like it.
We would do acoustic because it's the 3 weeks.
Yeah.
Yama, yama, ya, 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 ama, ya, ya, yama, yama, ya, Avinu Malkeinu Elanu Melech Ein Lanu
Wow. Whew. That was so beautiful. Thank you so much for sharing that. Thank you for that. Oh my goodness. We should just have you back just to do a whole acoustic session. That was amazing. Thank you for sharing that with me and with everybody. I'm so deeply touched. I really want to thank you for being here and opening your soul and talking about things that are just super hard to talk about. You brought so much light to my life today, and I really hope that other people who listen to this feel your soul and who you truly are, your essence and your message that you want to share. I'm speechless. Thank you so much for sharing yourself.
Thank you so much for having me. My first podcast.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I didn't know. Well, thank you. I really appreciate it. Thank you, and thank you, everyone. And
I'll see you flying to Israel soon with your husband.
yeah, we'll be on the airplane. We'll see you there.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yalla.
Yay. Thank you.